The beautiful hazelnut. This could be one of Australia's easiest nut trees to grow. That's as long as you have a fairly cool winter, because they do require a fair bit of chill, up to 1,000 hours in order to set nuts. So if you're up on the tablelands or down south or in an area where you get a long cold winter, hazelnuts might be an excellent choice for your home orchard. They're a beautiful small tree, and it could be that shrub is actually a better word, because they're usually grown in a bushy form so that they're multi-stemmed, and that way they are kept small, manageable, and they produce a bumper crop. There's 3 different varieties here because hazelnuts need cross-pollination. So I've got an Ennis, a Hallstein, and an American White. If you want to grow these in your garden, they're really easy to grow. They're not fussy about soil and moisture, so they're very forgiving plants in the garden. In fact, they don't like too much nutrient. It tends to encourage too much leaf growth at the expense of flowers and nuts. My favourite thing about the hazelnut plant is it's always doing something. Even though it's deciduous in the winter, it's covered in the beautiful catkins, which will start to produce fruits in the spring, and they're harvested in early autumn, which is where we are now. So just as the weather starts to turn, while they're still lush and green, they're dropping all their nuts. And I love them because a lot of the time these nuts are hidden in amongst the leaves, and you always seem to get a lot more fruit than what you're expecting. I also love them because they're so easy to harvest. It can be as simple as laying a tarp under your tree and giving it a good shake, and you can just pick them up from there. I tend to rake them up once they've fallen. I do get all the leaf litter with it, but that just scrapes off the top, and then I can easily pick up the nuts in piles. Now, the most important thing, in order to get a really great long-lasting crop, once you've harvested them, you've got to dry them for about 2 or 3 weeks in an airy spot so that the nuts are thoroughly dry before you store them. So that could be putting them into aerated racks, or it might be just lying them out flat on a tarp, which is what I'm going to do to make sure that I have a really great crop of nuts that's going to last throughout the year. If you're interested in truffles, you can get inoculated plants, and then you can harvest truffles from around where your hazelnuts are growing. If you want to grow them, make sure you plant a couple of different varieties so that you get good cross-pollination, and then like me, you're going to be harvesting a massive crop of these gorgeous nuts.